with no further ado, my good friend and yours, on his first comedy special taping, Seth Payne!
What's going on? Buffalo, what is up? I'm back. How are we doing? You guys feeling good? You guys are warmed up. What's up? You guys look beautiful. What's happening? That was one of the best intros I think I've ever been given. Give it up for Zach for that incredible intro. Comes close. My second favorite introduction I've ever gotten before is I was out in LA and the host for the mic, she was asking everybody like, hey, what do you want me to say before I introduce, I introduce you on stage. She's going through everybody. She skips over me. So I'm like, okay, I guess she'll just riff it. And she goes up there and it gets to my turn. And she goes, okay, give it up for your next comedian, Seth Payne. And then she gets to the notepad and realizes she has nothing there, right? So she's like, he has friends. And then I had to go up there and be like, I do have friends. And they're here tonight. What's up, guys? What's going on? Oh my God. I was on Channel 4 earlier today. Did anybody see that? That was crazy. It's insane. It was so cool. I really wanted to tell a dad joke when I was on there, but I'm like, there was no right moment. I would have been like shoehorning it in. But I was ready for it in case they asked me. This was the joke, ready? And we're opening with it. That's how good it is. What did the Buffalo dad say to his son when he dropped him off at college? Bison. Bison. Good bison. I'm so ready to all right, it's all right. It's all right. We'll get him next time. All right, my dad's here tonight. Keep it going for my dad. Awesome. I have to do a disclaimer, beginning of the show. Comedy, we exaggerate things. A lot of stories are not true at all. Literally, none of my material is real. None of it's true or based on anyone in particular. Dad, if you could earmuff real quick. Cover those ears for me. Can you? It's all true. It's all true, guys. It's all true. Earmuffs off. Bison. Okay, cool. Awesome. Got dressed up for you guys tonight. Do you like the fit? You like the fit? Looking like if a White Claw came to life. Yeah. Oh, what's up, dude? I'm Mango. Is it cool if I vape in here? Sick. Low-key, Chipotle slaps. High-key, Rick and Morty, pretty funny, dude. Say less. I look like I say less all the time, right? It's like, say less, brother. See you later, say less. I was also told recently that I look like an undercover middle school narc. Hanging around the hallways like, how do fellow kids? Where's that booger sugar at? Am I right? I'm not sus. Dead ass. Deadest of ass. Say less. My full name is Seth Payne. It's true, my name is Seth Payne Foley. I was given it. Believe it or not. My parents were 19 when they had me. They were 19 years old. And there's a little folklore here, right? So the doctor, before I was born, said, for sure it's a girl. Like, don't even buy any boy stuff. For sure it's a girl. Don't even come up with any boy names. You're good, right? It's 1988. So I'm born, right? I'm born, and the doctor's like, technically, he does have a tiny bent ween, so what boy names you got? What do you got? Fire them off. Right now. They panicked. So my dad was like, I have a cousin named Chris. He's cool. And then my mom was like, I saw in a credit the other day Seth. They were 19. And so they settled, all right, we got to settle in the middle, right? So my full Christian name is Seth Bentwiener Payne, which is cool for me. I love Buffalo. I love being from Buffalo. You guys like Buffalo? Place rules, man. It's funny. It's weird. Like when I have to describe Buffalo to other people, I'm like, yes, it is the most north you can go before Canada, but also we're country. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can get real country real quick. You know. I got a brother and multiple cousins who are rocking mullets right now, just full-on mullets. And they have mullets in Chicago too, right?
Yeah.
But they're more they-thems, you know? And around here, it's more he gonna, you know? He gonna get. He gonna get. We have a tradition in my family. We leg wrestle at every wedding to Bob Seger. It's true. Happens. So when you're at the reception and you hear heavy music come on, you gotta get onto that dance floor and you gotta lock legs with your 80-year-old grandma. And she's gonna flip your ass. She knows what she's doing. She's got the night moves, okay? You're gonna be thrown against the wind, all right? You better turn the page. The chapter is closed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to more Bob Seger, dude. What are you doing? Wrestle your grandma with your legs. I think so. Zach was saying go Bills earlier. Go Bills. Forever. Go Bills forever. I love Go Bills. I try to tell people in other cities about the Go Bills-ness, right? We use it like aloha out here, right? You can yell Go Bills at a random stranger across the street. They're gonna yell it back, right? You say bye to your loved one, end of the night, you're like, get home safe, I love you. Go Bills. Yeah. You have to say it back. Go Bills, you know. You come too quickly during sex? Go Bills. It heals all wounds. I'm glad I'm not alone. Thank you. We talked about, Ron was talking about Rick James earlier. Are we Rick James fans? Yeah! Hell yeah, I love Rick James. He's from Buffalo. You guys know this. He's from Buffalo. He's famously buried in Buffalo, right? He's a big star, big Buffalo star. I've been to his grave. It's beautiful. It's right next to a super creek. Super Creek? It's super creaky. Okay. Yow. Okay. What was the whitest part of the set tonight? We did. A lot of really. I got a lot of crazy Buffalo stories, but this is the craziest one I think I've ever experienced. I was down in NOLA years ago. Have you guys been to New Orleans? Okay. Some cool people. Check it out. It's fun. It's a party, right? I'm with there with my buddy, also from Buffalo. We're doing what you're obligated to do when you're on Bourbon Street. Get good and day drunk, right? So we're drinking. We're going to this place called The Swamp, all right? We're about to get, yeah, you've been there. You know what's up. So we're feeling real good. Like, Swamp, this is the place. So we walk up, my buddy's getting his ID checked. I'm behind him, feeling good, vibing. All of a sudden in my ear I hear, Baku, you're getting robbed right now. I got a knife at your back. Don't pull anything funny. Just give me that wallet slowly. No one needs to get hurt. I'd never been robbed before, right? Let alone from the world's most southernest gentleman. I was like, I do declare. I say. It's a Tennessee Williams play? What is happening right now? Third act? But in that moment, guys, I'm like, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm like, it's just not. I'm like, oh my God. I like shakily reach for my wallet, and the guy goes, oh man, I'm just fucking with you. He's the other security guard working there pretending to rob people in line. Didn't know that's a tradition, the Big E's, but He's like, look at this boy about to piss himself. True. It's true. Says it to the other security guard. The other security guard goes, hey, man, be cool. These guys, they're from Buffalo. I see this man's demeanor switch up 100%. He's like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Please, go in, have a drink on me. I do not fuck with people from Buffalo. Y'all be biting people's dicks off. Okay. What? What do you call it? Biting people's dicks off? I know we're known for Niagara Falls, beef on wick, Buffalo Wild Wings, and not know we are the chomping capital of this United States. But you ever do something embarrassing and you want to like bounce back real quick? I tried to bounce back and I was just like, yeah, man, and we haven't eaten all day, so better watch those dicks. My buddy's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know, show your teeth? I don't know how this, I don't know how this works. I was back home for the holidays. It was fun. I was going through my stuff from high school. I went to high school. Some of you guys, what's up? What's up? Hell yeah. I was looking at some of my stuff. My diary. I was looking at my diary from high school. Because I was what? Cool. I was looking at one of the last entries. Heated. Very heated. I'm the oldest of all my siblings. My parents are very strict. Underage drinking was hard. No one was buying me alcohol. So this entry was like, promise to future self, in cursive. One day, we're gonna buy a house. And when we do, we're gonna let underage kids party in it. All day, every day. We're getting back to the community, dude. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna call it Neverland. It's gonna be... No. I'm not talking. Fool me once. It's back home. My parents really wanted to show me this show called Love on the Spectrum. Are we familiar? Show rules, right? It's like the best show. I love that show. It's people on the spectrum learning how to date. It's great. And they're like, you gotta watch it. I was like, okay. They're like, we're putting it on right now. Okay. They're like, pay attention. And my fidget spinner going, I was like, what? And I'm watching it, and it's like, they're like on dates, and they're teaching people how to date. And they're like, say their name. Okay, I can do that. Don't talk about yourself the whole time, ask them questions. I was like, interesting, okay. Sometimes I do that, yeah, that's fine. They're like, don't talk about trains the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck? Where was the show? They were really excited to show me the Australian version, the original one. Are you guys familiar? Yeah, like, okay. They were like super pumped. Like, you gotta watch the Australian one, it's so good. And it's great, it's really good, but I had to know. So I looked it up on my phone, and 1 out of every 100 people in Australia actually has autism. I was like, wow. I thought they all did. I was like, it's the accent. It's the accent, guys. It's throwing me for a loop. I got a big family. I have 8 younger siblings. It's pretty wild. I love it. I love all kind of woo. One woo. Thank you. I love all of them. They're great. We're Roman Catholics, so we go to church, right? And any other Roman Catholics? Oh yeah, okay, so maybe you'll feel my pain here. So the problem is, around the holidays we have to go. And the problem is when I walk into the church, everything is set up to make me pass out, like instantly, right? There's like incense, everybody's like, everybody's mumbling, the chants, like, you're like, okay. And my younger siblings like to place bets on how long into church before I inevitably pass out, right? So recently, we're in church. I walk in, I spritz myself on the way in, try it. I'm like, I got this, Focus. Look at what everyone's wearing. I'm like, I don't know. So I get in there, trying to stay up, and This was like a real snooze fest sermon that was happening this day. Like it was one of those ones where you're like, what? Where are we going? The guy was like, and so Ezekiel said to Isaiah, who said to Bruce, who heard it from Joseph, that Matt said that all the sheep were gone. And God wept. You know, and I'm like, fans aren't going. I'm like, oh God. The whole family's like in the pew, like, come on. Come on. And they're all watching intently, and I start to nod off, and right before I do, I fart like a dog would and wake myself back up. And now my family has to be like, oh my God. Who had fart? Yeah. It's crazy. I think that's the Holy Spirit. I think that's what they're talking about. My brother bought me a vinyl record for Christmas. I was really pumped. It's Dark Side of the Moon. Great album, right? But he bought it for me, and we were in Buffalo. I had to fly back with it, and I realized, like, you can't put it in a bag. You can't put it in your back. It's like a weird size, so you have to just like parade around with it at the airport, like put it in its own bin and be like, that's mine, you know? I'm gonna listen to that, yeah. Grown-ass adult, hey. And some dudes came out of the woodworks at the airport to tell me that they liked that album, like older hippie guys, and they always had to like confess something to me. Like they were like, great album. Saw him in Jacksonville on that tour. Took a hero's dose of shrooms. Saw God. Fly safe, you know. Went a little further, and other guys like, great album. I actually saw him on the Wall tour with my buddy, and I took 10 hits of acid, and I thought my buddy was a grilled cheese. And I bit him. We're no longer friends. Have a safe flight. I was like, what the? Another dude came up, he's like, I shit my pants. I was like, on the Dark Side tour, or England tour? Or he's like, no. I shit my pants. So I was like, oh my God. This is unrelated from the album. This guy needs help. Get the cart. Speaking of shit, did anyone else in high school have a problem with someone like doodling their dookies in the bathrooms? No, just me? Okay. There was a villain in my high school who was taking his turds and making graffiti art out of it. Yeah, this is true. Doodle dookier. Yeah, that's what it is. And you think it would be an easy crime to solve. Whose hands smell like shit? You know, like, let me smell those hands, you know? But he was a mastermind, you guys. He used gloves and would leave them at the scene of the crime just to be like, you'll never catch me. You know, it was like... So this Pablo Picasso, right? He's on the run. And they finally catch him in the act, right? They catch him in the act. We're like, thank God. And they expel him. We're like, oh, God, we can live safe. And then the next day, there was more poop graffiti. There was another turd Ferguson running around these halls. It was like a shit Illuminati. We were like, what the f-? They're like, no more Taco Tuesdays. It's done. They never caught me. Him. They never caught him. I'm a very dumb dude. We can tell. I'm a pretty dumb dude. I'm always like confusing things. I always confuse henna and hentai. This joke is for a select amount of people. But let's play along. Try and get a temporary tattoo, end up impregnated by a squid every time. I'm like, Konnichiwa! Okay. If you don't know what hentai is, go look it up. Trying to cause change. I'm dumb. I got all my dating experience or like advice from a game called The Sims. You guys remember this? It was a great game. But now, if I see a girl that I like from across a bar, my impulse is to blast with one of these, just a yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! And then my opening line is always, Rasa Papadoopo, Rasa Flingdu. And if she says, Rasa Pagananga, I'm like, okay, sick, we're both tripping on shrooms at Mighty Taco. And the vibe's on, the vibe's on. We're good. Always been bad with women. My first girlfriend I ever had, some people will know this girl that I'm talking about, which is crazy, and I say her name everywhere. Because she was my first love, Stephanie Augenbog. Who could forget? Stephanie Augenbog. 2 people. This is fun. I wish her well. I hope she's doing good. She was beautiful in 6th grade, though. She had a choker and bedazzled jeans. Way out of my league, guys. Way out of my league. So we started dating. It was great. It's heaven on earth. We would ass out hug in the morning. You're in some heavy shit, guys. But at the end of the day, as a treat, ass out hug again. There you go. It was fun. Just living life on the edge. It was great. 2 weeks in, we hit a problem. She had heard through the grapevine I was only dating her for head. And in 6th grade, I did not know what head meant. So that folded up letter back, pretty weird, looking back on it. She's like, is it true? And I was like, I think head is beautiful. I would love to do the head with you. My parents do head every morning before we leave. I thought it was kissing, you guys. I thought it was kissing. Head? What else would you... Yeah, I'm like, what? She kicked me to the curb. She kicked me to the curb. That also sounded like a Mario character. I was like, I want to do it the head. What would they do? Let's go. It's a mess. It's a mess. I've done some really dumb things in my life. One of the dumbest things I've ever done was I tried to eat Taco Bell for 3 days straight. Oh my God is right. This, while cost efficient, was not the move. Do not do this, by the way. I was on my way to buy more Taco Bell on day 3. Not feeling so hot, right? And I pull up, and as I'm about to grab my food, all of a sudden, everything in my body's like, you're gonna shit yourself. I'm giving up in like 2 seconds. You know, I was like, oh God. I had to grab my Taco Bell, which I'm like, no. And I'm driving home. It's close, but it's not close enough, right? And I'm driving, and I'm at a red light, and I think we've all been in that situation before. We're like, it's happening, man. It's coming. You're sweating. You're like, think of anything. Focus on anything. Come on, you can do it. Trying to fight your body. And I look across the street, and I'm like, I'm trying to focus on it. And I see this woman. She's got all these grocery bags. I'm like, I used to not have a car. And I used to have that. It used to be me. And sometimes my friends would give me rides. I should give rides to people more, man. I should give rides to people. And I'm like trying to focus on her. And I'm looking right at her. And she catches eyes with me and looks at me. And the light changes from red to green. And I shit myself. And she sees it. Like, we shared that moment. She's like, what the fuck? She's already like, my life. She's like, what the fuck? Did I just shit himself? I'm like, bye. You know. So I'm like, oh God, okay. So I'm like, this is the first time I ever shit myself, and I'm like, okay, I got 2 layers. They are not thick. You know, I'm like, oh God. They're thin, but the hole, baby. To sail this Titanic. I'm like, I get a block away, stop sign. And like, you ever be in a rush because you shit yourself and you're trying to just get through this stop sign. There's no cars. You're like, it'll be fine. So I like get there, but I do the quick like. I do it, and I'm like, we're good. I'm like, here's my place. I pull over. Whoop, whoop. No way. No way. Yes way. Cop car right behind me. Takes his sweet time. Getting out of the car. Has me roll the windows down. And he's like, no, I pulled you over. And I was like, I shit my pants. Hoping he'd like be like, Just go, Instead, he writes me like a full ticket, takes forever. I'm like, this car is ruined. This car is ruined, dude. Sitting there with my Taco Bell, I'm like, oh God. That's why we need to defund the police, you guys. What the fuck is going on? They owe me a Mazda 3. 2008. Do you guys like drugs? Hell yeah. Careful, some families here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, only mine. Careful, son. Don't do the next joke. Okay. What's the craziest drug you ever did? Just yell it out. Acid, coming in strong. Molly. Mushrooms. It's all people, right? Cocaine. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just has a list. He's like, this one. It's crazy. The craziest one I ever did was DMT. I'll be real with you guys. I did DMT. Do we know what DMT is? Okay. See some head nods, see some shakes. So DMT is the juice that gets released in your brain before you die. You smoke that. At least that's how it was described to me by my weed dealer, Trevor, on a Monday. Trev Dog's like, you want to blast off? This one's on me. I was like, fuck it, why not? So we do it. And he's like, oh, it's crazy, man. My whole life flashed before me. I talked to like dead relatives. It's like this huge thing. I'm like, oh my God. I feel like I got ripped off when I took mine. I don't know if he gave me the right dosage or whatever. But when I took DMT, all that happened was it just replayed every time I used my Shrek fleshlight. And I was like... what the fuck? Drink again. It's true what they say, guys. The days start coming, and they simply do not stop coming. I almost didn't do that joke, but I did it for you guys. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Shout out to Shrek. I did something really exciting for myself the other day. I took a kink test online. Ooh, has anyone done this before? No. Okay. I was so excited to take it. I was like, oh my God, how kinky am I? I dress like this every day. I'm 35 years old, dude. I was like, oh my God, what secrets am I gonna unlock? 45 minutes I took this test. I was like, we're getting down to business, right? I get the results. 99%, say it with me. White vanilla. Close enough. Ding, 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 ding. I did not need to take that test. That was a waste of time, guys. I'm like, fine, I'm super vanilla, you know. I like sex in the dark. Okay. I like it missionary. Sue me, you know. I like Wedding Crashers blaring loudly in the background. Who doesn't? You know? My safe word is actually, wow. My girlfriend's safe word is, ow, wrong hole. Stay away from my ear. I'm trying to be kinky. I don't know. One of the questions on that test was if you could have sex with any cartoon character, who would it be? Yeah, whoa. Does anybody want to offer up your Disney Hall Pass right now? Lola Bunny, this is a good one. That's a classic one. Princess Jasmine, solid. Prince Eric, oh yeah, I get that one a lot. SpongeBob? Okay, Sexy Patrick, all right. We're getting, okay. Ariel Mermaid. Well, yeah, we're getting weird with SpongeBob, and now we're wrong. That's all right. I love letting it go because eventually people get comfortable and then they start listing off animals or sponges. A lot of holes. Bikini top or bikini bottom? I don't know. That was okay. You know what I get at pretty much like every other show? Simba. This is a hot topic. Yeah. Well, so yeah, every time someone says Simba at a show, in my head I just hear, Nazavanya, please be the older Simba in this weird situation, you know? But then I went back and I watched The Lion King, and there is that scene where adult Nala and adult Simba meet up again. The colors are swirling. Elton John's belting it. You're feeling some kind of way. You're like, okay. All of a sudden, Simba's on top, Nala's below. She gives him the look. She's like, come break off a piece. You're like, she's like, stick that Timon in my Pumbaa. Hakuna these Matatas. Yeah. You're gonna feel the love tonight. Yeah. It's so crazy, guys. That was back when they were drawing it scene by scene, right? So there was just one dude who's like, oh. Yeah. Yeah. And then he had a supervisor who was like, great work, Greg. That's what I'm talking about. Furry Fest 2023. Let's go, dude. People sometimes ask me who my Disney Hall Pass is. And do you guys remember a movie called Sword in the Stone? Yeah. It's getting lost on the younger generation, but there's an old Merlin, there's a young Arthur, and they would turn into animals, and they would like go off on adventures. So halfway through the film, they turn into squirrels, and young Arthur Squirrel meets up with this like really heated girl squirrel. Like she's like, nom, 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 nom. She's like trying to get it, and he's like, I can't be with you. I'm a boy. Which you're like, okay, dude. And he's getting like really annoyed, and then he's like, he demands Merlin turn him back into a human to prove to this squirrel that he's a boy. So he does. And the squirrel like panics, and she's like, what? She's like freaking out. And he's like, don't you understand? I'm a boy. And she's like crying on a branch, like, and Merlin's like, that happens sometimes. And that scene ends. The like next part. It's insane, right? I would fuck that squirrel. Okay. You guys on TikTok? Hell yeah, TikTokies, what's up? I didn't want to get on this app, but then I found out last year there was a TikTok star who made $200K via the app. I'm like, okay, this sounds lucrative. Now I'm interested. I do some more research, find out she's a previous 90-day fiance, now TikTok star. Made her money not from TikTok, but by selling her farts into jars. Do we remember this? This is real. This happened. $1,000 a jar. What? It's insane. So I bought 6. And I don't know where to invest my money these days. You know, it's tough. The marketplace. It's crazy. My girlfriend's like, the price of gas is out of control. I'm like, you have no idea. We're going bankrupt from these jars. I'm a cat daddy. Any other cat parents? Yeah, hell yeah, cat daddy. Got 2 cats, 2 black cats. Kevin and Beans. Beans has a little nub tail. He's the run of the litter. He has like stomach problems, so he like has problems with like diarrhea and stuff like that. And I came into the bathroom the other day and startled him, and he sharted in the tub, and I was like father, like son, dude. Like, you been eating Taco Bell? What's up, dude? My girlfriend claims that the Coke at McDonald's hits harder than store-bought. Do you guys agree? Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's just weird buying a 8-ball from a fry cook, you know? That ball pit hits different when you're yacked out on that Rondon special sauce, you know what I'm saying? Live with my girlfriend now, which is rad. We moved in together. It's very cool. Very cool. Very fun. Okay, so we're moving in together, and we're moving boxes. We were like, you know, we're pretty new to dating. And there's a box I'd never seen before. And we're moving, and it exploded. And her dildo erupted and hit the floor with a bang. You know, it was shook. We're just staring at it, sweating. don't want to look at each other, you know. I'd never seen it up until that point. I'd heard lore of it, but I hadn't. It's true what they say, never meet your heroes. They are so much bigger in real life, guys. And I was not being cool. I was like, do I get a picture of it? It's not cool. It's not cool. Shouldn't do that. I had to know, guys. So in the night, I snuck in and I opened it up and I measured it. I had to know, right? Her dildo, a full 3 inches, bigger than my dildo. It's like, what are we doing here? What is it? What am I doing? I love my dad. My dad rules. Keep going for my dad. We go to a lot of Bills games together, as we all do in here, right? It's like a big, go Bills, it's a big thing. And a couple years ago, we got to go to the AFC Championship in Kansas City, 2021, right? That was the first one. That was the big one, right? And there was only limited tickets. We drove out there. It was like, it was a big thing. It was the only game we saw of that season because of COVID. So we were all stoked. I'm like, they're going to the Super Bowl. I say it every year, and I'll continue to say it every year. But I was like, we're doing it. So I made a sign. It was like, Bills are going to the Super Bowl. And I drew it. And it looked like a little kid drew it. But I didn't care. Like, whatever. So I'm with my dad. We're up there, and we show up. We're all stoked. And if you remember how that game went, not great. If you've ever been at an away game and your team is losing, it's hell on earth. You're surrounded by other fans. You're in a foreign area. They're playing Beastie Boys on repeat over and over again. They're all doing racist chants. You're like, what the fuck? It sucks. So we're up there, and we're defeated at the end of the game, and there's a dad with his 6-year-old son, not too far from us, right? And they're Chiefs fans. They're loving it, right? And the kid, end of the game, the kid comes up to me and he's like, hey, mister, can I have your sign? Oh my God. And I'm like, okay, this is a big deal. This is so, like, I wish I was on that side of the fence. I'm like, this is cool. It's really cool. He's a kid. I should give the kid the sign. It's a big deal. He's here with his dad. But he kind of smirked. He gave a little smirk. Can I have your sign? And I'm like, oh no, dude. This kid is going to rip this up on Snapchat. He's going to piss on it on TikTok. It's going to be a whole thing. So I turned into a kid and I'm like, no. You cannot have my sign. It's my sign. I drew it. Nope. No way. She tells his, go Bills. She tells his dad, and the dad's like, hey, give that sign to my kid. I'm like, no, dude. My sign. Turns to my dad and goes, tell your kid to give my kid that sign. And in that moment, guys, I was like, holy shit, dad fight. I've been waiting my whole life. Let's go. I'm ready to rumble. I was like, yes. My dad's the strongest. Let's go. Been waiting my whole life. But then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm 35 years old. I need to fight this guy. Not my dad. I need to fight him. But that's not how we settle disputes in Buffalo. So I actually bit his dick off. I had to... During COVID, I put on a couple of lbs, a couple of pounds. I think we all kind of did, one way or another. I put them on physically. And I'm trying to lose it. I'm trying to lose them these days, right? So I got free weights at home, and I do these workouts, right? But I don't know what I'm really doing. And whenever you do like a workout and you exercise a new muscle, I need to tell you guys, you're all gym rats. So it's like, this is more for me. So do the workouts. The next 2 days, everything hurts, right? You're in prime ouchie mode, as I like to say, the technical term. And like the wind will hit you, you'll be like, oh, like it's not cool. So I live with my girlfriend, it's fun, and sometimes things just kind of happen, you know, on the spot. And it was during the day one day, and sexy time happened, guys. It happened. And I don't know what it was exactly, like if it was the temperature 69, the position, her on top, number 2 favorite position. The TV, SVU was playing. Are you guys? My girlfriend plays SVU all the time. She falls asleep to it. It's insane. It's insane. I'll hear what's happening in the episode. They're like, the penis was never discovered. I'm like, she's like dead asleep. I love it. I'm like, oh my God. So he's playing. So when we get into sexy time at night, I can usually clock how well I'm doing, how far into the opening music. At least the flute solo. Come on. Like, come on, flute solo. Yeah. But it was on, and everything came together at once, and it was the fastest I've ever come. You guys, there's the beginning like dun dun. It was just a dun. It's like half a sneeze. You had to see it to believe it. She saw it. She saw it. It was busted, and I wasn't getting out of it. And she's like, "You didn't." I'm like, I did. I did, you know. And her passion turned to anger. And she punched me in the arm. Now she's got the high ground. I'm in prime ouchie mode. You guys are all Jim Ratatouilles. I don't need to tell you. I let out the grossest sound I've ever made in my entire life. It's like a sickly medieval prince, like, mother, it was a... And then I started to cry. And it's the first time I've ever cried during sex. Technically after. And she's like, are you crying right now? And I tried to get out of it. I tried to play it cool. I was like, because the pussy's so good. I'm not allowed to say that. You know, it's like, no, dude. So I said go Bills, and all was forgiven. You guys, I've been Seth Payne. Go Bills! Bye, Seth! I love you guys. I've been Seth Payne. Have a great night.
Let him hear it one more time. Give it up for Seth Payne! That's the show. You're all drunk. Let's keep drinking. See y'all at Culture Bay. See you tomorrow at school. Peace.
Good morning, Buffalo. I can't feel my face. Cold stingers out the door, and the metro is already late. Boots covered in snow, Labatt Blues down Chippewa, drunk through a table, down at Orchard Park, jump through a table, now you're one of us, jump through a table, down at Orchard Park, jump through a table, go Bills Mafia, moms hit their kids at the Anchor Bar, the Sabres beef on Weck, and Albright knocks Art. Orville's got you covered, but it's Mighty Tacos you crave, and everybody knows that wings are best at Gabriel's Gate. Jump through a table.